Good morning, boys and girls. Well, I don't know what time it is in your life. Me, it's morning, but I've had a great morning. I just got finished with an activity that involved a vat of Nutella, a women's volleyball team, and a twister board. I'll tell you, it's highly recommended. I don't know why it's not more popular than it already is. The vat of Nutella is hard to do, though, I have to tell you. It took some doing, a cement truck, and a little bit of coin, but it was well worth the effort. If you can find a way, if you can tell me to fill up the vat of Nutella with much cheaper than that, because it was a little pricey, but let me know how that goes for you. Anyways, today is I'm going to go with Vegas. I'm going to go with the Las Vegas. What is it? Golden Knights, yes. And they've been getting a lot of flack for that name, the Golden Knights. The fact is, the owner wanted to call it the Knights, and if he called it the Golden Knights, well, it kind of gives a little bit of credence to Vegas and, the great Knights. And nobody's going to call it the Golden Knights. They're going to call them the Knights, so the Golden doesn't really matter. I kind of like it for that reason. It was his way of getting around the whole copyright issue. It was interesting for sure. Um, this is sort of in the middle of the mid-season projections, which I've now switched to ongoing projections. It's an ongoing projection series rather than a mid-season projection series. And I also want to let you know that I'm not going to be posting all of these ongoing projection series on my Facebook for all you Facebook friends. Sorry, they'll be on YouTube, and you can slip over there, subscribe to my channel, and watch it. You don't have to subscribe to my channel to watch it, but if you like me, you'll subscribe to the channel. If you don't subscribe to the channel, I'm going to assume you don't like me. And, well, we know that can't be. Anyways, Las Vegas. I could sit here and tell you, go down the list of all the things, the players that they could pick right now, and all of that sort of thing. But first of all, there's going to be a lot of changes before that ever happens. What I will do is give you some scenarios. Like right now, as it stands, Chicago will likely have to give up a guy like Hartman. And they will also have to give up Darling, their backup. Now, I'm pretty sure they would prefer, if they had to do the two, to give up Darling. Because backups are a little more replaceable, and you're not going to lose Crawford. So that's what they would prefer. So if I'm Las Vegas, and this is just a scenario that kind of I think happens when you're doing these expansion drafts, you get in a conversation, you say, look, I want Hartman. And they're like, no, we are not giving you, we can't have that happen. So they'll say, what would it take to get you to take Darling instead of Hartman? And you say, well, I'll talk to my people, blah, 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 blah. And you go back and you say, okay, I'll take Hartman, and then I'll trade you back Hartman for Darling and a third or something like that. So you get an extra draft pick out of the deal. And for Vegas, draft picks are going to be their main concern. They're not going to be able to pick a team that's going to be all that competitive. They may not even really want to pick a team that's too competitive, because they're going to need high draft picks for the first couple of years. So if you're worried about players on your team and you're like Minnesota, where it's looking like you're going to lose some really good players, like maybe even Granlund, I can assure you Minnesota's got a plan to either get assets for Granlund before they send it to him, or make a deal with Las Vegas in order to not lose him. It may involve trading a draft pick after they pick him, or it may involve many things that can happen. I think there's a lot of under the cuff things that happen in expansion drafts. I remember before that there was players that were picked, and you're like, what would you? And then later on, you see them do trades with that same team, and it's kind of like they say, remember that? Yeah, okay, so no. And it's sort of like an ongoing code with the general managers that you sort of have to follow, because if you don't, they'll blacklist you, and then you won't be able to make trades. It's the politics behind the sport. And when you're an expansion team, you're really wanting to get the reason why they took the general manager they did, and Jeez, I was going to get his name. I should remember it. Oh, gosh, he was the Washington Capitals there for a while. Made a horrific trade with Forsberg, but they took him because he was already well known in the league, so he's already got cred. You don't want to put a new general manager in that position. But that being said, they don't have very much bargaining power, so they're going to have to kind of follow and try to get the best they can. But it's not going to be what you think, and you're probably not going to lose the guy that you think you're going to lose. So feel good about that. Unless you're a Las Vegas fan, then you're not going to be happy at all. But you're going to see them get a lot of draft picks. They're going to make deals with people to get draft picks later or get draft picks at the time. And teams that are going to, and this is the thing I've been saying through this series that I've been doing, for teams that are rebuilding right now, like, this is beautiful for you. This is awesome. You can collect draft picks at the trade deadline and use them to acquire players in at the end of the season, because at pretty good prices, because they don't want to lose them for nothing. And if you're smart, and they're all smart, I guess, but if they're really watching, they're going to pick up some really nice deals. And so if you're rebuilding, this is great for you. And with the strength of the way the league is going right now, man, we are going to see some killer hockey for the next little while, because it's going to either rebuilding teams are going to rebuild a lot faster, and the ones that are up there are going to take a little bit of a hit, and then we can watch Las Vegas build, and that's going to be fun too. So anyways, that's my full 42. I'm just going to make sure that all the Nutella has been removed from my crevices. Sorry about that visual. And probably have a nap. Have a great day, everyone. Lots of love to you.